Oh, down.
Shot the drone.
We f***ed up.
All right, a little background for this video. So the way this all started was I did the video with 1911 Syndicate. If you didn't see that, you can go watch it up here. I'll link it above. Thank you to Chris and Jake for having me out. Super appreciative of that. But in the video, I mentioned that I could shoot out to 1,000 or 1,200 yards with that gun. And the Frog King took a little offense to that. And he said this. Now, when I saw that, I was like, well, let's put some money on the line. And he did not respond. But I was like, you know what? We'll go out, we'll film it anyways and see if we can get it on video to show us shooting at 1,000 yards and see if we could get 1,200 on video. We know we have good data out to 750, 850. So we just picked up there just to confirm we were on and then started working our way out. Now, when we got to 950, we ran into a little bit of trouble.
I'm gonna go right over the top of it. And so, what did I say? 1.5, right?
You said 1.5 mils.
Okay, that middle target. Anything, T?
No, I can't tell that. Oh, down.
Shot the drone.
No way.
Aircraft not connected.
There's no way.
Yep.
No
You got
way.
We're just gonna go see if we can find this drone that I just shot down. So
yes, whilst filming content for the 1,000-yard shot, we're shooting at 950 yards and we're peppering the steel down there. And so Jimmy said, we'll get the drone down there, get some good video, because people are gonna be like, oh, well, you're not gonna take your word for it. So we have to get a camera down there. So while we're setting this camera up, the camera got shot. So, well, it seems it might have just disconnected, which is hopefully what happened, but we're about to go find out.
moment of truth to find out if it's broken or not.
Let's go.
Did I shoot the drone? Nope. It still works. We're still good. Oh, I did shoot it.
You shot through the wing.
I shot the drone. Yep. Went right through it.
Aim small, miss small. Looks like Jimmy aimed a little bit too small.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would be great in Ukraine, you know?
taking down drones.
Now, as you saw, we were able to recover the drone and we were able to recover the footage. And that was actually really important for us to help us collect some information. It gave us some really good insight, but also helped us as we were getting out to 1,000. The first thing we noticed was that we were able to confirm that we were indeed impacting at 960 or 970, whatever it was. Now, as you will see, that bullet impact barely moves the steel. It barely shakes it. So we couldn't see it in our scope. We could barely see it in the spotting scope. It was hard to see it because we had a phone on there recording. But we were able to confirm that we were hitting at 960. Our dope was good, our data was good. And for us, that gave us the confidence to go out and push out to 1,000 because we knew that the way that the ballistic arc was going, that we should be on target if we did the right things. The second thing we noticed is that our wind calls were not enough. So the wind was picking up as the day was going on. And the thing about that range is it's set up kind of weird. So I'm gonna show you this. So this is how the range is set up. Now we shoot from down here, we shoot this way. These are all of our target distances that we shoot out to. To our left, to the shooter's left, we have this berm where there's an open bay that shoots out to 200 yards. So that blocks the wind. And then on this side, we have this big hill. It is like a legit big hill on the right side. So it splits the wind and it creates this like jet stream. So the wind was coming this way and it created this jet stream. But once we got down here to this opening past the hill, we were getting these big gusts of wind across there. And so as the day was going on, those gusts of wind were getting stronger and stronger, and it's pushing the bullet further and further off target. So initially where we were at like 1.5 mils, it really was turning into more like 2 to 2.5 mils at that distance. And that's why, if you notice from the camera footage that we got through the spotting scope, the drone is slightly off to the right, and where the bullet impacts, it brings the drone down, but it's off to the right about 2 mils. So that actually helped us with our wind call because we were able to see what our wind was turning into as the day was picking up. So that helped us as we shot out to 1,000. Now there was some other really good information that we picked up off of that. Now, the other thing that we often hear is that at 700 yards, 5.56 is just gonna bounce off of you. And we were shooting at 1,000, well past 700 yards. So for the round to penetrate through the wing of the drone, to go all the way through, we know that it's got enough velocity to penetrate human flesh. So to put this in perspective, if you were to take a PMag, because the thickness on the plastic of a PMag is about the same as what it is on a drone. Now, keep in mind the drone is not locked into anything. There's not a vise to hold it. So it's just floating in air. So what you would have to do is take a PMag, kind of throw it up in the air, and then take a screwdriver and as hard as you could, try to stab a hole through the PMag. And that's how much energy was going through that bullet to hit the drone and pierce all the way through. The other thing that you'll notice is that if you look at the footage, if we slow it down, the really cool thing is that the impact from the bullet after it goes through the drone hits the berm, and we see the impact, the dust come up from where it impacts. So the bullet was moving fast enough that it went through the drone, impacted into the berm before the drone went down. So before the effects of the bullet hitting. Now we apply this over to some type of animal, you would have a similar effect where it's moving with enough energy that it would go through and have an impact that you wouldn't notice until it had impacted something behind you. So that's how fast it was moving, and that's how much energy it had. Now, the other thing people are gonna say is like, yeah, well, it did, but it doesn't, 5.56 needs velocity to fragment. If you take a marble and you throw marble at concrete on the floor, how hard do you have to throw that marble in order for it to shatter? That's ball ammunition. An egg is more like hollow point or open tip match. If you take that egg, you can just drop it and it will shatter on impact. That's the difference between the two rounds, right? So keep that in mind. Rounds matter. I'm gonna talk more about this at length with Joe in a future video. But that was all really good information, good takeaways that we got. So while we did shoot the drone and it did suck, we did get some really good data and information back from it, and unintentionally got a ballistic test. So we did the best we could to capture the shot with the cameras available to us, and this is us shooting out to 1,000 yards.
On glass at 1,077 yards.
Okay, I've got 15, so I've got 12 dollars telling me 15-1 and 3 mils of wind. Okay.
Whatever you had, give it another mil of wind.
I think what it was telling was correct.
All right, give it to me then.
Okay, so 3. I'm going far left dipstick.
Far left dipstick, big target. Copy. Yep. On glass. Fire again.
Okay.
I lost your trace. Shoot the middle square, please.
Okay.
I heard a ding, but I didn't see it.
Yeah. Going again.
I heard a ding.
Okay. Go one more. On that one?
Not sure on that one.
Okay, let's go one more.
Impact.
Okay. That is 1,000 yards, what, 4 times?
4 times.
1,076 4 times in a row. Or not in a row. Mine's.
So there you have it. 5.56, 1,000 yards is possible, and it will cause damage. Now, what that damage is yet to be seen, but it is very much possible with a factory gun, factory ammo, and in 1:8 optic. So, let the internet be angry about that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, if there's something else you want to see, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Karate chop that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you guys in the next one.